What if I told you that some of the things you have believed your entire life are not true at all? Things like carrots improving your eyesight, or the idea that we only use 10% of our brain, or the warning that sugar makes children hyperactive. These statements sound familiar because they have been repeated for decades, almost like universal truths. But when we actually look at the science, the picture changes completely. Today we are going to take a journey into some of the most popular false beliefs in science, stories so deeply rooted in culture that they feel real, but collapse when tested against evidence. The claim that we use only a small fraction of our brain has shaped countless conversations, books, and even movies. People love to imagine that if we could somehow unlock the rest of the brain, we would instantly become geniuses, or even develop supernatural powers. But the reality is very different. Modern neuroscience has shown through imaging scans that nearly every region of the brain has a purpose and that activity flows across different areas throughout the day and even while we sleep. Our brain is not idle. It is constantly working, coordinating thoughts, memories, movement, and emotions. The idea that 90% of it is sitting silent is not just wrong, it is misleading. The truth is more beautiful. The brain is like an orchestra. Not every instrument plays at the same time, but each one joins at the right moment to create a complete symphony. If they all played at once, it would be noise, not music. Another widely accepted story is about carrots. Parents around the world tell their children that carrots will make their eyes sharper and even help them see better in the dark. It sounds harmless, even motivating for kids to eat vegetables. But this claim has a surprising origin. During World War II, the British Air Force was secretly using radar to track enemy planes at night. They wanted to keep this technology hidden from the enemy, so they spread a clever cover story. Their pilots were incredibly accurate at night because they ate a lot of carrots. Newspapers reported it, people believed it, and soon carrots were celebrated as the food of night vision. The truth is that carrots are healthy and rich in vitamin A, which is essential for normal eyesight. But eating extra carrots won't transform anyone into a superhero. This is a perfect example of how propaganda can evolve into a cultural belief that outlives the very reason it was created. Then there is sugar. Parents often watch children run wild at a party and blame the candy. It feels logical. Sugar equals energy, and energy equals hyperactivity. Yet dozens of studies have failed to find any direct connection between sugar consumption and children's activity levels. The excitement of birthdays, games, music, and social interaction explains the behavior far better than sweets do. In fact, one study revealed something fascinating. When parents were told their children had eaten sugar, even when they had not, those parents still rated the children as more energetic. That shows how much our expectations can shape what we believe we see. Sugar is far from innocent. It contributes to obesity, diabetes, and cavities. But the idea that it makes kids hyperactive is one more false belief passed down like folklore. The cold is another easy target. Don't go outside without a coat, you'll catch a cold. This line has been repeated so many times that it feels like unquestionable wisdom. Yet viruses, not cold air, are what make us sick. Illnesses such as colds and the flu are spread by germs, not by temperature. What actually happens in the winter is that people spend more time indoors, in close proximity, with less ventilation, which gives viruses the perfect chance to spread. Cold air can make viruses survive longer, and it can slightly stress the body, but the temperature alone will not give you the flu. If you get sick in the winter, it is because you crossed paths with a virus, not because you forgot your scarf. Think for a moment about the sound of cracking knuckles. Some people enjoy it, while others hate it. Many warn that this habit will lead to arthritis later in life. But when scientists examined it, they found no evidence to support this claim. The sound of cracking joints is just gas bubbles in the fluid of the joints popping as pressure changes. It is harmless. A doctor even spent more than 60 years cracking the knuckles of one hand but not the other, and at the end of his life, he compared both hands and found no difference. It may irritate your friends, but it will not damage your joints. The moon, with all its beauty and mystery, is often blamed for strange behavior. Full moons are linked in popular imagination to crime, accidents, and even madness. The very word lunatic comes from luna, the Latin word for moon. But when researchers actually analyzed police records, hospital data, and emergency calls, they found no consistent pattern. The moon does not control human behavior. What is at work is a trick of the mind called confirmation bias. People notice unusual events during a full moon and connect them to the moon, but they ignore all the other times similar things happen without a full moon. It is not the moon pulling our strings. It is our brain searching for patterns, even where none exist. And finally, there is one false belief that has caused more harm than all the others combined: the idea that vaccines cause autism. This story began in 1998 when a British doctor named Andrew Wakefield published a paper claiming there was a link between the MMR vaccine and autism. The claim was shocking and fear spread quickly. Vaccination rates dropped, parents panicked, and distrust grew. But the paper turned out to be fraudulent. Wakefield had manipulated the data, and the study was retracted. His medical license was revoked. Since then, hundreds of large studies have proven again and again that vaccines do not cause autism. Yet the fear created by this lie has persisted, fueled by misinformation and conspiracy theories, leading to real consequences: outbreaks of preventable diseases, and even unnecessary deaths. Unlike other false beliefs, this one shows how dangerous misinformation can be when it spreads unchecked. So what do all of these examples tell us? They remind us that a statement's popularity does not make it true. From brains to carrots, from sugar to the moon, and from winter colds to vaccines, we see again and again that science requires us to question, to test, and to verify. Some of these false beliefs are harmless and amusing, others can put lives at risk. But they all highlight the same lesson: curiosity is not enough. We also need skepticism and critical thinking. The next time someone confidently tells you a fact that sounds too neat or too convenient, take a moment to ask, where is the evidence? What is the source? Science begins with wonder, but it only grows when we challenge what we think we know. If one of these false beliefs surprised you the most, share it in the comments below. And if you want more content that explores the truths hidden behind everyday science, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join me next time. Together we will keep our finger on the sign now.